ever felt lost in your faith journey? You're not alone. Hello, beloveds. I'm Rachel Njogu. Welcome to Paving Way Community. Here we do have open and honest conversations about faith, purpose, and relationships as Christians. No filters, just real people, real stories, and real growth. Let's get started. So today, I do have an amazing, talented friend of mine, and I'd want him to just say who he is so that at least I don't butcher out some words. Yeah. So Fedi, welcome to Paving Way Community. Who is Fedi Njuki?
Thanks so much for inviting me to this amazing place. My name is Fedi Njuki. Fedi Njuki is a rapper, a guitarist, and a musician. So basically a musician in general. But I'm an artist. I'm a jack of all trades. I dedicate myself to my craft. I do a lot. Yes. But majorly, I'm currently focusing on music for now. For the rest of my life till other
responsibilities come about. So in high school, ulikuwa music festival, drama.
Yeah, manze. I used to like do those things and like I used to like feel this is what I want to do. Yeah, like as a musician. And also I used to actually do poetry in campus and high school kidogo. Yeah. And now I'm fully focusing on the music completely as a professional musician, gigs, all that any result.
Now when you were young, like young, 6 to 12, did you have an interest for music? Ama you ilianza in high school?
It was as actually you have said. Fair because I remember in class 8, I wrote a song when I was in the like wasi wajaijua but niliandikanga wimbo kwa bafu like primary school. It is inaitwa sijui game or something.
What was it about? Game?
No, just I don't know. But I used to like write songs, but I didn't know that I can actually do this.
Yeah.
No, like iko hapo but haujui. But from Form 3 no nilianza kujua yes, this is my thing and this is what I want to focus on completely and dedicate myself. Yeah.
Okay. But do you know when I was in high school, I was a songwriter. Yeah, with a deskmate of mine. She's called Colette Gakure. If she will watch this, laugh, I don't know what happened.
Now that you still have it with you, you should maybe try and get back to it.
But also, okay, guys were in the same uni. But I remember also during our first year, we actually used to listen to the same musicians. I don't know if you remember. Kinanjerai.
I used to true. Kinanjerai came in back then. That's from around 2019.
2019. So what are some of the things that you did to actually find yourself?
I would say there was a time like I want to go back then. Before, like, I feel like there was this point in high school. I don't know. I was just questioning myself. Like when I go to Form 4, when I go to Form 1, since I'm a tall guy, my sister told me you should try basketball. Like you're so tall, you can do this. But when I go to high school, it's not working out. Maybe I think I was so bad at it, and I was for some time kind of lost because I used to feel like I don't want to do books completely because your parents are like just completely do books, but besides books, what am I good at? And then I'm just seated mahali ko church, and I'm like, you can write this and you can actually write something good. And funny thing, that is how I even completely started doing my thing. I feel like God put this craft in me, and since then up to now niko hapo na natumia like na feeling hii kitu it's not my thing, and that's why I always tell myself it's here for me to nurture it, but it was given by it's like a seed. I'm just watering the seed. That is what
like a steward.
Yeah.
So have you had people to walk you through this entire journey?
Yeah, I've had so many people to walk me through the journey. Okay, obviously there are friends who support. Yeah, kwanza on our last set, on my last gig, it was so good, Manze. I was like really praying. Hey, Manze, funny thing, the gig was it was so good. I had a guy, like, he's called Africa Eats. I don't even know him. But out of nowhere, this guy comes, cooks 11 plates of pilau for all the performing acts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Manze,
Just like that.
We got sound.
Did you know each other? What?
We actually even spoke that day. There was just a lot happening, and I just say that whatever was happening that day was what God had granted for it to be a success. The show was so good, and I would just say there are people that God put in your life, and they come and do things. They change anyone afanyaga vitu fiti Manze, and I would say till now I really believe that one day this music thing is gonna pay off. Everyone, I want you to go back. I don't know, it's 2020 what, but come back to this episode and I've said one day I'm going to be a very successful musician.
You will.
And you see that's me calling in this podcast.
Yeah.
Manzi, and this podcast before like we get to 100K subscribers. Yeah. So like I always speak into it because I'm like every day speaking to your craft, like speaking to your life, even when you come to realize and things actually work out. Like if you don't learn to speak into it, so I feel like what has been working me through new phase, man, that which loves you.
Yeah. Tajika someday. Now, I'm going to a sad point in your life, but I believe it's important for us to just have a talk about it. I don't know it was during which period, but at the time that you lost your dad. Hey, like in even during that time, you still released an album. Was it an album or two? It was.
Yeah.
Like what drove you? You were in your deepest pit. What really like gave you the oomph of still moving on?
Hey, man, it was so bad because grief is so like it's not a good place to be. And I always like I'm really like that person who always shows up when people are in their lowest, when especially people who are grieving. I am like I always show up for them. Like I have a couple of friends who lost their friends or lost their families, and I always like, man, like you're just going an extra mile. Even if you don't like, you're really trying to like show up. So I don't know, man. It was just this God's strength. It was really a difficult time, like the minute we lost our dad. Hey man, I didn't even get to like even speak with him at a real time because he passed in August and we had spoken in March. I think I was in Campo then. I had spoken in April, I don't know, March, maybe. That's when we spoke.
When? 2020?
2021.
2021.
So that's when we spoke with him. But in Akuza, like, man, he just went. Man, it was a very difficult time. So like I took that as an I don't know. It's like God gave me the strength to now like walk into the studio and just write and just write. Yeah. Just use the vulnerability to like record an EP and it was so I wouldn't like grief is very difficult and I know so many people out there know how grief is really difficult and I would love to say but we all gonna find that. I always wish that maybe there's this phrase that states there's an Ed Sheeran song that says I wish heaven had like visiting hours. So like I always wish that one day maybe we can like find you to get Konao safely lose.
I'm going to 12 a.m.
Man say but anyway, I would say grief is not easy. I know people who have like gone into their pits just because of it. but ni Mungu tu kupeanga tu hiyo nguvu. Ai naweza sema tu ni Mungu tu kupeanga tu.
So can we say for you, in order for you to overcome your the grief season, like you pushed so hard in music, like that's where you released the emotions that you had,
the vulnerability.
I
used music as an outlet. That's what I did back then. Like I used music as an outlet. Like I would, hey man, I really don't know. Like I would use music as an outlet for me, and that really did work. I would say.
And now in music, what are some of the challenges that you do have? Like what are some of the challenges that you have currently?
I would say currently it's just the finances, but I'd just say it's the finances. Okay, for an emerging act in the industry, finances maybe are the most, because the royalties are not coming in large numbers. It shows you're not being booked in large numbers. So maybe the finances are maybe just
the
issue. But these are things that are going to tunangangana too, and will finally work out at the end of the day.
And currently, with the things that you have learned, are you trying to impact other people regarding music? What are some of the things that you're using your gift to other people? How are you just impacting other people?
I'd say I want to use my gift to always bless. Like I don't want to just create music, because music is really beautiful. Like it's you. We released Katajipa someday in 2021, right? Up to now, you still.
I still use it.
Manzi, the funny thing, most people actually even tell me, man, this song has blessed my life. Inanipanga motisha. Do you know how that drives me? I didn't even expect to actually listen to it. But I'd say I always term myself as a voice of hope. Like if you listen to my music, you know that I'm a voice of hope. Even if the music is not like to its greatest, like it's not where you want it to be, but you just dedicate yourself and try to improve, to invest in your craft. And basically investing in your craft is investing time, investing energy, investing love, investing a lot. And that's how it starts paying off. That's how you get to see manze unaanza kuona matunda, because you are dedicating yourself to everything you love. And that's how I would always say music is beautiful. You impact others.
The people,
Just trust me. I always tell you of a song I listened to when I was a kid, and I say, this is a song I listened to when I was a kid and it blessed me. So my goal is to always bless, always, kupena motisha, like create love, create an environment where people listen to something and they're like, wow, this blessed me.
And what drives your writing in songs? Is it your current situation? An idea just comes, okay, I'll use that.
I always feel like as if music is given to you, because ni kama anytime you try to write something, haikujangi vile unadai. But when you just seated and you're like, you just find an idea and you're like, come on, what we are releasing right now, what we are about to release right now. Very beautiful song.
Do you want to preempt it?
It's a song, but it's so beautiful. You get to even the sample.
Oh, but maybe this video will come during that time
when we are releasing. So like it comes as something you're given, and something before you write, ni kitu unapewa, and then I feel like, as it being a gift, make it unapewa, and then you pen it down. But you have to consistently dedicate to yourself by always writing. And when you write, as in, you can't you can't unclog something without writing, push.
So you have to be persistent.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now for you, at least you actually know your purpose. Now you have self-actualized. So you're self-aware. You know what you're supposed to do. You know the direction that you want to go. But there's some people who they've not yet found themselves.
Yeah.
So, according to you, what can you say deprives us from finding ourselves?
I'd say one, self-awareness. If you're self-aware of who you are, it's the most important thing. Like, me najua, this creating your own boundaries and getting to know, like, this is not what makes me happy. We all have vices in life, and we all have parts that we are really straining not to follow. But you know yourself, you know your limits, you know this is not something that I would ever want to do in my life. Unajieka in a position where you say this, you put yourself somewhere. Like, once you're self-aware of yourself, how you get to me, for me, I always advocate this as a way to get to know yourself. I feel like prayer is a beautiful tool to get to know yourself. Like, I don't know, unapatanga when you're vulnerable before God, inakufanyaga udiscover vitu mingi zenye haukuwa unajua. Like, funny thing is, like, sometimes unajipata na umekwama. Things are not working out. You need some finances, you need some things to work out. But the minute you pray about it, it does open some doors. It does. So self-awareness is from whom, like, you need to be alive. Even though first, that's one way in which you can, like, get to know yourself.
Yeah.
And then, what makes you happy? Like, what gives you life? What do you enjoy doing? What do you even enjoy listening? Such kind of things. What puts a smile in your face and then when you picture yourself 2 years from now, like, what would make you happy doing? I know 2 years from now,
you'll still be singing.
Exactly. I'll be like, if I'm touring right now, I released an album and I'm on tour, I'll be like, this is what could be making me happy. Exactly.
Okay. And for you, how are you able to be self-aware? Like, what did you do? Because kuna mtu amesikia you have to be self-aware. But I feel like, okay, I know my name, I know where I was born. Yes, to you, kwanza, what is being self-aware, and what did you do to become self-aware?
One, the definition of self-awareness to me is getting to know who you are. One, what makes you happy, what you're good at and what you're not good at. What makes you sad, the kind of boundaries you wanna place. That's all of that is self-awareness. First, if you get to, like, if you get to, like, note down all these things, you get to know yourself.
Yeah.
You even get to know, manzi kumbe hadi naweza pika na sijuangi. Like, unapata unapikanga food fiti and, like, enjoy eating your own food.
Yeah.
Like, I can actually cook. Let me cook this food to someone else. Wow, you get feedback. By the I just ate your food. It really sounds, like, it really tasted
well.
Unapata, you show up for someone and the words you told them, they really comfort someone. Like, you get to know, kumbe, I'm someone who can actually even motivate someone.
I'm an encourager.
True. No. Like, I feel like how you get to be aware of yourself is like taking a deep dive into yourself. What am I good at?
And a lot of people are scared of that.
Exactly. Because don't be afraid because of what you're not good at and what you're good at. Because there are things you're not good at.
Yeah.
And the minute you, like, see, Misko good at this, but I can improve. Nico good at this, blah, blah, blah. And so I feel like that's a step to actually getting to know yourself.
Okay. Also, one thing I can say deprives us from finding ourselves is we sabotage ourselves so much.
Yeah.
Unapata mtu like, I'm not worthy.
True.
I can't stand sijui before people. You also remember your past, what you were doing. Do I even have the words? Can I even, like, you get?
Yeah.
So that it's normally.
Funny thing is, let's say in corporate, people who are in corporate.
Yeah.
Unapatanga, you're growing in a job. You know, the kind of corporates where you're growing in a job. So unapata, like, you're going for an interview and you're like, unaambia unawase, ujua mse anajuananga na the boss. So funny thing, utapata mse na utapata hiyo. Anakuluzisha morale. Like, maybe this job just belongs to this person. But funny thing, you go for the interview, unashtuka wendo unapata. Because you believe in yourself. And you cannot let anything put you down. Because I know if I want this, we all want something, and that is why something is posted out there.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a job vacancy. They broadcast, we need this person. So 2, 3 few people. I don't know if it's like, especially when you're chasing the things you love, but just know finally things add up. Like the minute you keep, like, let's say for example, if a pipe is clogged and it has maybe mud hapo katikati, unaweza una push until water flows. So if you don't push, the water will never flow. You never get, water is pure, the pureness of the water. You don't get to feel it. But when you unclog something, clog is all utamake, unasi wako better kuliko. When you just do away with all that, things start adding up. Yeah, that's what I know. That's what I believe.
Okay. Then how will anyone who's watching us know that they have found themselves?
I would say you get to know yourself when you feel so happy doing whatever you're doing. Like I came here, I wasn't forced. Like you didn't have. You didn't have to.
And you actually accepted.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, man, na feel fiti to show up. And I told you, this is your day, I'll show up. And I did show up.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, because that's, you're self-aware, because you know that I want to help out, I want to support my friend, because I would have told you, now you could be busy. You can try and look for me some other time. No. Actually,
sasa hizo uko kwa nyumba.
Who can tell you?
Yeah.
But I came and so I feel nice. I actually even feel nice talking. That's how you get to know you doing something you appreciate, doing something that makes you happy. But if you're doing something that is not for you, you feel like, hey, like you don't even want to better it, but something you love, you wanna better it, you wanna fix it, you wanna do so much to make it stand out. And I feel like when you're self-aware, the environment is just so peaceful. You show up on time, you show up happy, you live happy, you listen to your work and you're like, man, this is what we're doing. I feel like we're headed on the right track. That's what I always say. And I always find myself finding joy when I pray about things. Let's see, I always learn that from friends and friends.
Your mom.
Yeah, especially.
Hey, cause moms. Hey, wakuamka 3.
But I feel your kitu ni poa.
Yeah, it is.
You come to realize it's good ukianza.
Ukianza kupigwa na vitu huku left, right, north, south. Adona mke hiyo 3.
But I feel like hivyo tu nimesema, you self-aware when the environment is making you happy. You don't have to force things.
Also, you don't compare yourself with people, because now you know what you're supposed to do. You know the power that you have. So atakama, let's say, we can say like for you, you're doing music, utaanza kujikompare na mtu mwingine, because your assignment is different from the other person.
Exactly.
So unajua mine, this is my path. This is what I'm supposed to do. So that's a good one.
So, and even if you're comparing yourself with other people, you're not comparing yourself with other people, you're comparing with other self for people for powers. Like for comparison.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And also you get to learn sasa from other people. See, sasa when you're self-aware, you don't get to see, oh, he does this better than me, da da da. You get even to learn, oh, so for him, he schedules his time, he does this and this and this. You get being self-aware is good, and you get to be secure.
Very, I'd say very.
Okay.
Very with a V, capital V.
Okay, so what's that one thing you want to tell the person who's doing you right now?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Mazi, if like you're in a difficult position right now, just know things always add up finally. Things always add up finally.